What's up, everyone? Welcome back to JoshL2, a look back at this set that I designed some odd years ago. This is the part of the set that's probably one of the worst parts in the set in general, which I'm thankful it's at the beginning than it is at the end. I think that shows a lot in my designs with this set, because as I mentioned before, JoshL2 is ordered entirely in the order I designed all these levels. So what you see here is indeed the 21st level I designed in this set. Any other level that, and I did a lot of replacements in JoshL2, but up until this point I haven't. So, or level replacements, if you will. So anyway, this is Buried Alive. All blue walls are fake, and we have a pointless ice ring at the start. So this is basically a crazy level with a lot of dodging, with these two lone tiles. That is my way of saying, hey, you can kill the monsters if you guide them properly, or if you're lucky enough. And all the chips are required. Like, this is the type of level that if you honestly want to make one, you should at least make it more decent with the monsters, or limit the chip collection to a certain amount, or set the chip count to a certain specific amount to not make it hectic for the player. I did not do such a thing with either of those, because this was designed at a time where I didn't really care for feedback or criticism, except I did. But since 2011 was a completely different time period, oh god, the walker's in here. Level design was different. Some people around this time would have considered this an amazing level. See, that's what I mean. That's 69 chips left. Yeah, I get the joke with the number. And I don't remember which way the ball is facing, but I'm not gonna bother testing it out. I do think that the chips around those balls is pretty good collection. Yeah, this is just a really chaotic level with a bunch of chips. And fake blue walls, because I didn't want to use the standard dirt to make it resemble spooks or anything. That was my way of trying to give it its own identity. Not that it needs an identity, it's garbage. Buried Alive, I should have called this Buried Garbage. That would have been a more fitting title. And we have a teeth to deal with too. That we can try to keep at bay as best as we can, but I don't think we're going to succeed with that. But I'm going to go ahead and enter this room this way and get this guy out of here, because I don't want him in my life. Oh boy, don't do that. Right, that tooth monster stopped the paramecia. Oh, fucking bug! God damn you! A bug killed me the first time too. And I don't know why I put a cluster of tanks like that. I guess the only thing I can say about this level that's good but not really good is that there is some kind of replay value, but it doesn't really matter because regardless of the replay value, the dodging ends up being close to the same. Either it's really chaotic or it's not. But it almost always will be chaotic because there's just so many freaking monsters. And there didn't need to be this many monsters. I could have handled this so much better. I do like this part of the level though, with the bolt dodging. Not when I die like that though. I don't like it, man. And I just trapped myself by doing that. Also, I mentioned that this is probably the part of the set that's the worst part in terms of gameplay. For those that have actually played JoshL2 to some extent, if you are aware of the level order, or you've done your homework with my commentary, and because I've said this before, I believe, but there is a certain level I'm known for that's like 2 levels away. And that level is going to take some time to solve. Yes, I'm going to solve it. If you don't know what it is, you will soon find out, my friends. But from this level to, I want to say 24 or 25, it's just nothing but nonsense. Yeah, I feel like I should release that guy last. The tooth monster, that is. Okay. Nope, it's not safe to release him yet. Let's clear all this junk out. And the monsters are guiding each other. It's good to see that they're becoming good friends. Oof, I know where the last 12 chips are. Whew. Get that garbage out of here, as the YouTuber I watch says. Get that shit out of here. TransBug. You can do this level the easy way or the hard way. Your choice. So, a little fun fact. I originally thought chip snatching from bugs or paramecia was the hardest shit ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. I used to think this was really difficult. But with patience, which I clearly don't have, it has proven to me that it's not difficult. So the intention I had with the block cloner was to use it as an alternative to get the bugs out from surrounding the chips. That was my way of saying, hey, this is an easy way to solve the level. No, this is actually super tedious. And yeah, there are 49 of these. And that was nice enough to where you can actually use the same block. This is mainly good for just the edges. The middle ones don't really have a way to get them to die unless you use the block to guide them to the water yourself, which I guess that was my intention. Have them loop around the block instead, but then you have to get the block out, or you don't. You can go back and clone another block if you want to, but why would you do that when you can just do it like this? I'm not going to keep doing it that way. Yeah, this is all the level is. It was more or less just showcasing that I wasn't good at the chip snatching. No good level here. We won't see that for another couple of levels. I actually remember the order of the set decently well. At least the first like 60-ish levels. I have a decent idea on what they are. And guess what? That's not all the blocks you have. You actually have to use the block cloner anyway. Yeah. I guess this was my way of saying, hey, the next level is going to have a whole lot more of this, so get used to it. Even though I can confirm that wasn't my intention, but I can see how that makes perfect sense. And just to make it known that this is Lynx compatible, the hint doesn't cook it, there you go. That probably could have been interpreted just based on common sense upon viewing the section, but that is TransBug, everyone. Yet another stupid level. Okay, we had some talking to do. I've already kind of talked about this in Not CCL before, which this level is also in, but this is the set this level originated from. Now, the reason I designed this level, and I am not kidding when I say this, when I was a kid, and I was playing On the Rocks, Writer's Block, City Block, what other block pushing levels were there? Pain, obviously. You know, just the basic heavy block pushing levels from the original set. When I was playing those as a kid, to make time go by faster, or make it seem like it was going by faster, I would listen to music as I'm pushing the blocks. Well, I decided it would be a great idea to make a level like it and basically kind of tell players to listen to their favorite music as they're playing, and I believe there is a hint that says that. Yeah, right here. Listen to your favorite music while playing. It will make this level less boring. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but I can't speak for anyone but myself and maybe Tyler, since he's a big music freak. I mean that in a good way, I promise. I'm pretty sure people would listen to music of their preference with any CC level, not just with block pushing levels. I was just wanting to encourage players, like, oh, you don't have to play, or you have to play this, but here, pick music of your liking to go along with solving it, to make it go by faster. Yeah, I had some pretty weird mindsets with designing certain levels in the set. This is definitely one of the levels that if I had JCCLP rejects at the time, this hands down would have been in it. But since at the time I didn't believe about rejecting levels up until JCCLP, which is what the reject set was mostly for initially. I definitely would have put this level in it had that set existed at the time. Since this has been in JoshL2 for years, it's kind of too late and kind of pointless to replace it. And I have thought about it, even the years after after the final update back in 2012. I thought about replacing double pane altogether. But I was like, you know, this might be a bad level, but it's a bad level that got noticed. That in some weird way got kind of praised for being a bad level. And if I can agree with it, which I pretty much do, I think that's a good thing. It's kind of weird when you think about it, but I don't know. So to save you guys the trouble, I'm not going to record myself play this entire level. I did that in not CCL before, and doing it again is just kind of demanding a little bit too much out of you guys that are watching this. So I'm going to leave the recording going since I don't have the apparent ability to pause the recording as I play this. So I'm going to find a way to edit out most of this level, or most of the rest of this level, so you don't have to endure me going through this. So I'll see you guys in like a couple of minutes. Alright, I'm finally done with this level. As you can see with the time, it takes a little too long to solve this level. A little too long. And I forgot to mention that this level used to be timed too. A full 999 seconds is what I originally gave this level. So not only was I stupid to design something like this, but I was also stupid to give it a full 999 second time limit. And not even have the courtesy to make it untimed. I thankfully have since changed at least that to make it untimed, but it still doesn't make it any better of a level than what it isn't. So yeah, that is Double Pain, everyone. Nothing more to say about it other than it's a level I was pretty known for with this set, and it still holds some kind of place in my heart as being one of the first bad levels I've designed that's not in JoshL1, that people have called me out on. And I don't know, it's just a little it's like a little humorous thing to me now. It just shows how far I've come in this world of level design. Alright, short and simple. So, like I mentioned in Simple Game of Pong, back on level 7, this also isn't simple. It is short, but it isn't simple. Got a precise Force 4 Joyride section, which I'm really surprised I got on the first try. And this is an instance of guesswork. Either I had no level ideas, or I deliberately just put guesswork in just because. But the bottom path is the correct path. That's the dead end right there. I can't make that. Thankfully, once you get past the guesswork, once you basically determine that it is guesswork, the rest of the level is pretty easy. And that little bit with the toggle button was a last minute addition I put in for that section because I realized having direct dodging right at the end of the level like that was kind of rude. On top of this precise Force 4 thing that I got right, I can get that, but I can't. It took me like 50 minutes to solve. Town ain't big enough in ZK Adventure. That level still haunts me, guys. So with that is the end of the bad levels or levels I consider bad in this set. This one isn't so much. It's decent. Civilian is this level. So here we get to see a glimpse of what the wrong place was originally like. I didn't change it here because I kind of figured this was a little bit more lenient in terms of compatibility between the rule sets. I just need to remember which blocks are hot. And I want to say I provided one extra block as well. That's another thing I was known for doing in this set. When I had the ability to, I included at least one extra block almost always. There were some obvious exceptions, like I don't want there to be extra blocks because it's part of the puzzle. What just happened? Oh, that's just rude. 19-year-old me needs to be slapped. I forgot that was also something I used to do. Put chips to block the entry points for monsters. Why would I do that? I don't know. Thankfully, that's something I've stopped doing for the most part. And if I do it, it can at least be seen from this room. I mean, come on. You can't even tell there's a chip up there without going up there. I guess I intended on the player, or I counted on the player to actually go up there to see what the whole point of the room was. I guess that's what I was going for, but I can't tell. But it will now explode the bomb. Which means I can use this key to go up here to get a yellow key and a chip. Okay. This part is kind of like Caution Zone from earlier on. there's lots of things this set does, and one of the many things I did with JoshL2, especially in the later levels, was I tended to make those types of levels that kind of combined what you've gone through already. Kind of similar to what CCLP3 did with a couple levels. Kind of like mostly JB's levels. Like On the Coast, Every Trick in the Book, etc., etc. And that was a real blue wall under the block, by the way. When I first saw that in CCLP3, I was thrilled. Like, I literally, like, I was so thrilled I could have threw a party about that. Like, that's how excited I got when I saw that be done in CCLP3. And 3x3 walker dodging isn't my cup of tea anymore. It's doable, but it's not something I'm too interested in. So we got 6 blue keys, which you need 6 to get down here to get 9. And when you get 9 blue keys, you can go up here, which actually only requires 8. I don't know if I intended on that, but I don't really think that's a bust, considering there's no blue locks beyond this point of the level. But yeah, I'd like to make those types of campaign levels that combine pre-existing things I've already done in JoshL2. I don't know if this level is one of them or not. I think it's too early on, but I think I was inspired to do that upper right section, like Caution Zone. I think that was meant to reference it, but it was so long ago I don't remember. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for now, guys. I know I cut the video for you all to not have to bear double pain, but unfortunately I had to endure it for like the 3rd or 4th time. I expected that upon starting up this thing with this review, or not review, but looking back at all these old designs of mine. I'm aware that I was gonna do that, but it's done and over with, and thankfully there's nothing else like it for at least another couple of levels. But the next couple aren't as bad, and don't exactly reference pain in some way. Yeah, I don't know why of all levels I took pain as inspiration. I know Jeffrey said something about Nice Day not being a good inspiration to design levels. I think Nice Day is like 20 times better as an inspiration than pain is. So keep that in mind, Jeffrey. I use pain as an inspiration. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, that's gonna do it. We're gonna take on Fork in the Road in the next episode. This is a pretty okay level, but we'll go into it when we play it next time. So see you guys later.